गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಓಕೆ ಮಾಡು.
ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಪ್ರಜಾನಾಂ ಧರ್ಮೇ ಪ್ರವರ್ತನಂ ನೃಪೈಃ ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
The engaging of the subjects in the practice of dharma is done by the kings.
That's very beautiful. Beautiful. In dharma means in the practice of bracket nallirbeku. So engagement of people in a practice of dharma is done by kings. Okay.
Ujjainyam shivasya pujasu nrityanti naryah. Women dance in the Ujjaini during the worships of Shiva.
Pujasu, correct. Women dance in Ujjaini.
In the Ujjaini during the worships of Shiva.
In Ujjaini during the worship. See, Saptami Vibhakti has another meaning during also. Isn't it? During the worship. The Saptami can mean during, because it is Diva. Diva means we told by day. By day means it can mean during the day also. In the day andre ಏನು? In the day means one particular point alla. It can be during the day. It's a period.
Correct.
When you want to point out a period of time, then the during. In means it can mean anything. Point of time or period of time. During means a period, not one point. It extends to certain period. So during the pujas. Okay. Or we can say during the worships or during the occasions of worships or days of worships. That pujasu, when he says pujas cannot be many, there can be occasions of puja or the days of puja. During the days of puja, in the days of the puja, in the days of puja, or during the occasions of puja. Either we have to say that way, during the occasions of worships. Occasions of worship. Like that. During the occasions of worship. Because worships, such a thing we can't say. Worships means during the, or we can say worship can be used plural when we say number of times. We have many worships many times, or many days, or many occasions. What are those worships? If worships, the word worship is made plural, then it means number of times, or number of days, or number of occasions. Many occasions, many days, or therefore we have to add the occasion. So this is how when we translate, this is what we do. That's why I asked, do they teach all this like this? So we have to see them, not the literal translation, the meaning, the implication. The implication should come. That requires a lot of understanding. Understand the very idea, very concept thoroughly well. Require a culture, the background, many things you need to know. Then only you can do the accurate translation. So during the occasions of worship of Shiva. Occasions of worship are because worships is telling pujasu. Like that. It is not on one day. It's not telling that on one day alone they dance. Whenever there is. That's what it means. Whenever there is a worship, on that day they worship. They do the dance. So the women dance in Ujjaini during the occasions or during the days of worship of Shiva. Okay. That's why that pujasu word means that. So we have to say pujasu is a special word. It has to be understood. That's why I told Swamiji when he translated Bhashya, he does like that. So translation is an art. Everybody can't do that. You may be you may be a scholar. You may understand, but this accuracy that you can see find in Swamiji alone. He does beautiful translation. He brings out the correct meaning, whether in English or in Kannada. By watching him, I learned. Of course, I too may have some such a natural inclination, but I appreciated and learned from him. See, this is the way you have to do right translation. Everybody can't do. and need not do. Everybody is not meant for everything. Some people have a natural inclination for some people have for something else. But those who have, he should be given this job and get it done. Shankara Bhashya translations are there, but they are not so accurate, so good like Swamiji's. That's why I told you, for Shankara Bhashya, you go for Swamiji alone. The way he does it, which nobody does it. That's why English translation, I am attempting, I am trying to do that. The Gita Bhashya, keeping his Kannada, his explanations as well as Kannada. In Kannada, sometimes he explains. Sometimes the Sanskrit word conveys in Kannada. He puts the Varnada as it is, but in English you can't put it. You have to bring out the idea, not the literal meaning, dictionary meaning. In bringing out the idea, I am not getting the right English word sometimes.
So you have to give a lot of footnotes.
Lot of thinking. Right word you have to say. This thing. Some places you have to give the footnotes also. So the translation, as Swamiji does it, you have to bring out the idea. I have checked 2 or 3 translations. Three translations are there in English already. But when Swamiji's I found, it brings out the idea beautifully. One is he has done lot of manana and bhashya, and he understood the right connotation of it. Then he puts the right word, right sentence to bring out that explanation. Very beautiful. So that itself is an art, is a great contemplation also. Okay. Let's say the pujas in the occasions or in the days of or during the occasions of worship of Shiva, the women dance in Ujjaini. Okay, Sakhi.
Sakhi gacchami nadyas tiram. Sakhi gacchami nadyaha tiram. Oh friend, oh female friend.
No, friend. Oh, friend, which means female, in the context female. But female friend, nobody addresses. Then if you want to use female, put in bracket. Oh, female in bracket, friend. Because female is not in the word, it is implied. It is implied in Sanskrit, but in English you don't call separately. Like you see, when brother's son or sister's son, son or daughter, what do we call in India? In English they call cousin. But to translate that Indian idea, our people say cousin brother, cousin sister. Once you say cousin, there is no brother to be added to it. Cousin itself implies we have to say either a female cousin or male cousin. That way, but female cousin, brother, cousin, sister, because in order to convey clearly this, we have to use that. So that is an Indianizing, that English word. Similarly, friend in English, friend, whether it is a boy or a girl, they call friend alone. Of course, nowadays you are calling it boyfriend and girlfriend. And here we can say a girlfriend. Female friend or girlfriend. Female friend you can say, a female friend.
I am going to the bank of the river.
Okay. Correct. I am going. Tiram, Nadyas Tiram. Ali Shashti is Nadyaha. Going to the bank of the river. Okay. Correct.
Godavarya jale gajau viharati.
Sariyagi, you have not read it properly. Again read it. Made a mistake.
Godavarya jale gajau viharataha.
Adu viharati you told.
Two elephants play in the water of Godavari.
Jale, when you say in the water or waters of Godavari.
In the waters.
I think that is better, isn't it? Two elephants play in the waters of Godavari. Here, waters, when we use in English, it means a lot of water, not a little water. That's what it means. The plural waters implies that's a lot of water. In the water of Godavari, you can say, but water it can mean small quantity also.
For elephant, it requires
a large area. Therefore, waters of Godavari. See, every language has its own connotation. Okay.
Grishme nadina mudakeshu nrupaha pramadabhihi kridanti.
Here.
Kings play with the young women in the waters of rivers during summer.
Correct.
Waters of
Grishme,
Grishma.
kings play in the waters of, in the rivers during,
Something with the young.
yeah, that I wrote. Kings play with young women. Young women only?
Swamiji.
Oh, okay.
Pramadabhi.
Yeah, in the waters of rivers, Nadina Mudakeshu, during summer. Grishme. Grishme, in one language, it means not in one summer alone, in general every summer. The idea is. So Grishme means in every summer. It's not one particular summer. That means in general. In all summers, generally this is how it happens. In every summer it happens. So therefore, if you say summer, it shouldn't look for one summer. It means it is a general happening. Therefore, in every summer or in generally summers. Either we have to say every summer or we have to say during summers. Summers means it means many summer, every summer. That's the idea. Anyway, that's my habit of translating, so I'm just doing. Okay, next.
Latanam mandapam pravishanti lalanaha. Women enter the bower of creepers.
Okay. Women enter. Lalana is woman only? Or young women. Women enter a bower of creepers. Okay. Latanam mantapam. Andre a mantapam made of creepers. Next. Bower of creepers. Latanam mandapam. Okay.
Vapyam kamalani prarohanti. Lotuses grow in the well.
Now this well is not our normal well. When the lotuses grow, in this well lotuses don't grow. In that bigger ponds. Pond means a natural one. Natural is pond one. But a tank is like a what you call swimming pools. In the pools we have to say. Where it is not artificially made, or a pond also. Wells are they are dug, but made the steps are put on the sides. Still the water is a natural water, therefore there they grow. Okay, lotuses grow in the wells. We have to say the wells alone since he is using Vapi. Okay. Vapyam, single well, sorry. In the well, correct. Lotuses grow in the well. Okay, in a well or in the well.
ವೃಕ್ಷಾಣಾಂ ಛಾಯಾಸು ಶಿಲಾಯಂ ಉಪವಿಶತಿ.
ಸರಿಯಾಗಿಬೋದು.
ವೃಕ್ಷಾಣಾಂ ಛಾಯಾಸು ಶಿಲಾಯಾಂ ಉಪವಿಶತಿ.
ಅದೇ ಶಿಲಾಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಶಿಲಾಯಾಂ ಉಪವಿಶತಿ. ಸಪ್ತಮಿ ಶಿಲಾಯಾಂ.
He sits on the stone in the shades of tree.
ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. He sits ಶಿಲಾಯಾಂ on a stone. Correct. On a stone. In the shade of a tree.
In the shade of the trees.
Trees are Rukshanam. Correct. Here in Mala Shabda, you take the in fact general vibhakti, ekavachana vibhakti is aha. Tritiya vibhakti is a. Chaturthi vibhakti is a. And then as. That is aha we can say. And Saptami is e. Therefore a. Tritiya is a. Chaturthi is a. Vibhakti, main vibhakti. Essential main vibhakti. A, aha, e. Say
A, E, Aha, Aha, E.
If it is a nakaranta shabda, like yogi, yogina, yogine, yoginaha, yoginaha, yogini, like that we say. Therefore, na, ne, naha, naha, ni. Ekavachana only. From Tritiya to Saptami, na, ne, say,
Na, ne,
naha, naha, ni. If ta iddare, ta, te.
Taha, taha, ti.
So, a, e, aha, aha, e is the basic one. If you remember this, other things are easy to remember. This alone change. So, in consonants, generally this is maintained. In halanta shabdas, this is uniformly maintained. In ajanta shabdas, a lot of changes take place. Therefore, when Panini giving these common rules for all these common essential pratyayas, for ajanta, halanta, he combined all of them and gave the basic pratyayas. These are the basic pratyayas. They keep getting replaced for each word accordingly. For Rama Shabda, if you say, ina, ya, Ramaya, it has come. Ina ya, atsya, ina ya, atsya, e. E is same. E alone remains. Remaining 4 changes. Rama Shabda, see. Ina, and the thing is ya. Ina, ya you can say, because a also comes, one extra akara takes. Ina ya, at, ina, aya, at, sya. How much changes? For Hari Shabda, Harina, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಕಾರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹರಿಣ, ಹರಯೇ change totally. ಹರೇ ಹರೇ again changed. In vowels, lot of changes. Only in consonants that a, e, aha, aha, e is maintained.
Okay.
Then in Mala Shabda, slight changes. Ya, ya, yai, say.
Ya, yai.
Yaha, yaha, yam.
Yaha, yaha, yam.
Say again.
Ya, yai, yaha, yaha, yam.
If you remember that, then other things are easy to remember. Other things you see, bhyam, bhyam, bihi, bihi, yoho, yam, so other, that is easy. This 5, if you remember, remembering is become. Now say again, ya, yai, yaha, yaha, yam.
Yaha, yaha, yam.
Nadi Shabda also similar. Nadi ending is da. Sometimes bere letter will be there. So dya, dyai. Dya, dyai. Same also. A, yai. A, I. A, I, aha, aha, am.
A, I, aha, aha, am.
So nadya, nadyai. If da is shabda is there, nadya, nadyai. Say.
Nadya, nadyai.
Nadyaha, nadyaha, nadyam.
Nadyaha, nadyaha, nadyam.
A, I.
A, I.
Aha, aha, am. So in Mala Shabda, ya, yai. Or should I write it? We are not writing at all these days. See? Ya first. Yai. Yaha. Yaha. Yam. This is a. I. No, sorry. Visarga is not required. I. Aha. Aha. Am. This is in Strilinga Shabdas. Isn't it? But the general is, for all the Shabdas which Panini uses is a,
ye,
e,
aha,
aha, aha,
e.
This is common.
General.
Basic. Common means basic for all. So other things keep on getting replaced for each word. So this is generally followed as it is in halantas. Halanta means in consonant endings. Takaranta, chakaranta, nakaranta, sakaranta. Manas shabda ide. There you can say manasa, manase, manasaha, manasaha, manase. Sakaranta ki same thing without change. Then yogi, sannyasi, like that you see. Yogina, yogin nakaranta pada, in fact is it. Yogina, yogine, yoginaha, yoginaha, yogini. Na, ne, naha, nahani. If marut, takaranta pada, if you take it. Ta, te, taha, tahati. Marut, maruta, marute, marutaha, marutaha, maruti. So, a, e, aha, aha, e, if you remember. In these things, a, A is changing to I is becoming long, I is becoming arm. That's why these two are feminine shabdas. So ya is added. To the same ya is added. In fact, the same nadi shabda, only ya is extra added, isn't it? It is the same and ya. Ya, yai, yah, yam. If you remember this, other things become easier. Okay, so here, in these things, in this particular sentence, which one has come? Chayayam, no, chayasu shilayam.
Shilayam.
So that you say shilaya.
Shilaya.
Shilayai.
Shilayai.
Shilayah. Like that. Shilayai. No, shilaya. Shilayai. Like that. Therefore, this becomes easy. Next. This is the 10th sentence, isn't it? Krishna. 11th Krishna. Krishna
bharyaya vinayam shamsati.
ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ರೀಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್.
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಾರ್ಯಾಯ ವಿನಯಂ ಶಂಸತಿ.
ಅದು ಭಾರ್ಯಯ ಎಂದಾಗ್ತದೆ, ದೀರ್ಘ ಆಗ ಭಾರ್ಯಾಯ. ಕೃಷ್ಣೋ ಭಾರ್ಯಾಯ ವಿನಯಂ ಶಂಸತಿ. ವಿಸರ್ಗ ಲೋಪ ಆಯಿತು. ಭಾರ್ಯಾಯಾಹ. Bharyayah, if you put it, it could be either Panchami or Shashti. You have to decide which one according to the context.
Krishna praises the modesty of his wife.
Krishna praises modesty of his wife. Vinayam, modesty. Bharyayah. Of his is in a bracket because his is not used. The word is not given here, but in English language, without that you can't write a sentence. You have to say. For example, you see each language itself. Now, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪೀಸೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಅಮ್ಮ ಎಂದು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. Generally we use plural. But if you translate in English, you say our mother, our father. If you say, it looks that it is everybody's father. You have to say my father, my mother, my father, my brother. Isn't it? My brother, my father. So in English it is a singular. but whereas in Indian languages, we always use plural. We don't say singular. In Hindi also, in all Indian languages. Mera pita, mera, we don't say. हमारा भाई, हमारे माँ, हमारे पिताजी, so हमारे, we always use plural. So that's an Indian language. So when you say other language, each language has its own idiom. Accordingly, you have to do that. Okay. So somewhere somebody wanted an application. I was in college, I think first year of my degree. So I had a doubt, what should I write? Should I write my father? My father means it doesn't look nice. We have to respect the elderly people. So our father, we have to say. Sister's marriage. Our sister's marriage. My sister, and it looks as too singular. In Indian we say, his sister's marriage was there. He wanted me to write. He's working in a bank. He wanted me to write an application in English. That is also foolishness. Why should we write in English alone? Write in Telugu and give them. They won't accept it. You have to write it. But I don't know. It is in India. Can't we write application in our own language? Leave letter. No, this write in English. And he doesn't know English, so he approached me. When that point came, should I write our sister or my sister? But in English, they say my sister. But in my sister, when you feel in Telugu, it looks very hard for us. So I felt, yochana madibittu, our sister endu barditte. So they laughed. When it went to the bank manager, he laughed, it seems, and the news came. He also told that our bank manager laughed that you called our sister. And he made fun also. Is she your and mine? Mine, our sister? He just made fun it. He comes and he says, you wrote it, our manager laughed it. See how they make it. First thing is, he doesn't understand English itself is a deficient to our culture. He doesn't see. He laughs at it. That means we have to, ನಾವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ಗೂ ಹೊಂದಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್, ವಿ ಸೆ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಬಲ್ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಫಾದರ್, ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ಡರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್. ದಟ್ ವೇ ಅಲೋನ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಯಂಗರ್ ಡೇಸ್. That way alone we would write letter. When we have to write in English, if you say respected father, respected brother, you can't say. Somebody told me, no, you can't say that. My eldest brother would say, no, you have to write a dear brother. I say, but it is respected in, say, Telugu. Okay, in Telugu you do it, but English follows its culture, dear brother. So English is not only a language, it is bringing a culture to the imposing on us. Therefore, a language brings its culture. Then you can't say language is neutral. It's no language is neutral. Every language carries its culture with it. So language is also a part of culture. So you have to say dear brother. You can't say respected brother. Dear father, dear mother. You can't say respected mother, respected father. Because that's how we write in Telugu. In Telugu, I use it to write like that a lot. Puja father, puja mother could not read and write, but father, father, and puja elder brother only we would write like that. But when I learnt English, okay, let me try in English. I wrote respected all. He says, no, you can't write that. But that's how we have to know. You can't write. English language is only dear.
So we have to literally translate worshipable father,
Yeah, worshipful.
Worshipful.
Yeah, that's how I use it to write like that. They told no, you can't write it in English, so I have to follow the English. Then I felt, wow, what English is it? It is making us to lose our own Indian feelings, our respects. So does it? But I think if you really follow your belief in your culture, let English change. See, you are addressing your father and brother. You are not writing to government. You are not writing to a foreigner. You are not writing to an Englishman or a Britisher or an American. You are writing to Indians alone. When you write Indians, don't bring English culture. When there is a word, write respectable or write worshipful father, worshipful elder brother. Like that alone you write. You retain our culture. No, these people say we are more anglicized fellows. So we retain that. Why should we use that? So this is what I am telling. We are becoming slaves. You use a language, but retain your culture. Change. If you write respectable between your father and your own people, suppose when you write to your Guru, what do you say? Dear Guruji. Do you say that? This is what people say. Hello Guruji. They say. The modern fellows are, hi Guru. Hi, hello Guru. In America, they talk like that. And they say, oh, they are like that. We should not feel hurt. That is their culture. Why can't they learn? That respect for
them,
you teach them. You teach them. Why do you make them to follow our culture? Why do you make them follow that it is not a culture, it is only just a casual. Hi, does it mean, hi means sort of simply talking. Does it imply that reverence, that Shraddha Bhakti? But in Guru's relationship, Shraddha Bhakti must be brought in. Isn't it? So they have to say, how can you say, hi Guruji? Even though they say, even here also they say. Once you speak English, they say, hi Guruji, hello Guruji. Even though they say. Even here, a few people say. So that is the problem. Because we think that it is only that. English, our fellows are too foolish in this sense. Then when a person doesn't know Hindi, suppose, South Indian goes to North. He knows English. Now, in Hindi, when they say, they talk namaskara. When they do namaskara. When you start speaking English, good morning, they say. But good morning is not English. Good morning is their culture. Say namaskara and then talk in English. Only use language, but greetings all should be our own thing. Say namaskara and then say English alone. They start talking good morning. What is this good morning and good evening? Because that's how we were taught English. English means we have to greet like Britishers. We are not learning. You can say that is how they greet it. If you are greeting a European or some foreigner, you may use good morning or also. But if you are speaking English to Indians, speak like Indians. Say namaskar. Don't say, that's what our BJP also in the news reading. Have a good day, good evening. In that thing, the news they say. Then our BJP told that when they came, in the news reading in the TV, you have to say namaskar. At the end also namaskar. And they say these some people objected to what is this, all this thing, imposing all this thing, religion. See how they say.
It is not imposing, it is.
No, that's what they say. When they told them, what is this? It looks too westernized way, talking good morning. Now today evening news, they say good evening and evening news. When we are listening to the news in English, we are addressing Indians alone. When you are addressing Indians, why do you talk good morning, good evening? I am told, you know the purpose of good morning, good evening? Oh yeah, you don't know. We were taught. in our school days. In England, is a cold climate. It's not a warm because it is much away from what you call equator. Even to that Karkareka, Cancer, even away from the Cancer. So it's a cold country. Not only cold, it is a seashore because it's island. In seashore, you find more often clouds and showers also. You see any seashore in Tamil Nadu or even Vishakhapatnam area, any season, anytime, a small showers keep coming, seashores. So always, most of the time, clouds are present. You go to the Kanyakumari, most of the time there are clouds. People want to see sunrise and sunrise. Every time you find clouds alone. People visited 10 times. All 10 times they have never witnessed sunrise. Early morning they go and sit, and there is a place, any place you can see, you can go and stand there. They wanted to see sun. That is the time exactly there is a cloud. People, in order to see the sunrise, see when sun is rising from the behind the earth, because the earth is round like this thing, you feel that as if when it's just about to rise, you feel that below is the water. So you feel as if the sun is coming out of water. It looks a very nice feeling. So some people say 10 times I have been visiting here. I have visited. I could not see sunrise even once. How unfortunate. 10 times they visited Kanyakumari. Sometimes they stayed for days together. 1 week, 10 days, they could not. They went away just to witness that sunrise. So in seashores, this is the problem. So England is an island. More often you find these things, clouds and a little shower, and then rarely they want a sunrise. They want a sunlight because it's a cold climate. Cold climate, sunrise or a sunlight is a great joy because it keeps you warm and nice feeling. They enjoy it. Therefore, they always wish that may you have a good morning. That means may you have a sunlight and less of clouds and then sunlight. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Each time they wish that may you have a good sunlight, a good climate. Because they say, people say this fellow's moods changes like England's climate. They say London's climate. In those days, he used to say in our younger days, people say, this fellow's moods change like London's climate. That means it often changes. Every half an hour, 1 hour, it keeps changing climate. So it's like England's climate, they would say. That's why they have to say good morning, good before noon, good afternoon, good evening. So every moment they wish that, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good morning. Why do we have to borrow that? It is irrelevant to us. The whole day the climate will be the same for us.
Swamiji, even it's further translated to local languages.
Suprabhatam. No Allah. Suprabhatam, Shubharatri, and Madhyana. These are. I told him, why are you bringing the Western cultures? No, I'm not Western. I'm speaking in Sanskrit. I'm using... you are translating them here. You are translating the English expressions, English culture into this. Isn't it? This is what they say. No, we are talking Indian culture. First thing, let the idiot know what is Indian culture. By translating them, you don't become Indian.
True. That is true.
This is what they say. So simply say Namaskara. Or we say some places they take the name of God. Your Ishtadevata, Ram, or Bhagavan, something like that, or Guruji, something like that. So Hari Om, that is simply name of Bhagavan. Krishna, Hare Krishna, they say Hare Krishna, like that. Or simply say Namaskar. But why say good morning, good evening is totally irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. And still people try to, even now they say, just because you speak English doesn't mean you have to bring their culture and their atmosphere, which is irrelevant to us. Okay. So Krishna Bharyaya Vinayam. Krishna praises modesty of his wife. Correct. Next.
Chandro Nishaya Vallabhaha. Moon is the husband of the night.
The sun and moon should be the. The moon.
The moon is the husband of the night.
Husband, Allah, beloved. Beloved or boyfriend. But husband helakagala. Because in Western culture, husband and they feel bad. Everything husband, what is that? He's a lover. Why you want husband? Beloved of the night. Okay. is a poetic way of telling. The moon is a beloved of the night. Okay. Next.
Kanyayor
Eh,
Vivaha.
what is that? ಕನ್ಯಾಯೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಕನ್ಯಾ ದೀರ್ಘ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಯಾಯೋ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ? ಹಾಂ.
ಕನ್ಯಯೋ ವಿವಾಹಸ್ಯ ಸಂಭಾರಃ ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ.
ಸಂಭಾರಃ ಏಕವಚನ ಇದೆ?
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಭಾರ ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ
ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಇದೆ.
ಹಾಂ,
ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಏಕವಚನ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಏಕವಚನ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಹೌದು, ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಇದೆ.
ಸಂಭಾರ ಏಕವಚನ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡು
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ, ಸಂಭಾರ ಇದೆ.
ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವೊಕ್ಯಾಬುಲರಿ.
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಸಂಭಾರ.
ಸಂಭಾರ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡು.
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಸಮ್ಮಾರ್ಜನ. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್, ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಅದು
ನೋಡು ಅಂದರೆ ಜೋಯರ್ ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್.
ರಿಕ್ವಿಸಿಟ್ಸ್.
ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ದ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಂಭಾರಾಃ ಕ್ರಿಯಂತೆ. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಡ್. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ರಿಕ್ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್. ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆನಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ದರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಸೂಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ನನ್ನ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಡ್. ಕ್ರಿಯಂತೆ ಬಹುವಚನ ಇದೆ.
ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ರಿಯಂತೆ. Preparations
okay.
Of marriage of 2 daughters are made.
Correct. Of 2 daughters marriage. Okay, anyway, of marriage of 2 daughters. DAU is made. Are made. Correct. Next.
जनन्यो राज्ञाम् अनुरुध्यते रामः. Rama obeys the order of his 2 mothers.
Obeys the order. 2 mothers? All mothers.
All.
Order of his 3 mothers. I think this Rama is different. Of his 2 mothers. He wants to teach you Dvivachana. Okay. ಆಜ್ಞಾಂ ಅನುರುದ್ಧ್ಯತೆ. ಆಜ್ಞಾಂ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಜ್ಞಾಂ.
ಪ್ರಿಯೇ ಪುತ್ರೋ ಗ್ರಾಮಂ ಗಚ್ಚತಿ. ಓ ಬಿಲವ್ಡ್, ಅವರ್ ಸನ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ದ ವಿಲೇಜ್.
ಓ ಬಿಲವ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಓ ಡಿಯರ್. ಪ್ರಿಯೇ is simply addressing. ಓ ಡಿಯರ್.
ಓ ಡಿಯರ್.
ಡಿಯರ್, ಓ is also not regular. ಡಿಯರ್.
ಡಿಯರ್, our son goes to the village. Goes to a village.
Goes. Correct. Our son is going or goes. Putro gramam gacchati. Our son goes or is going to the village. To a village. Okay. Correct.
Sakhyoho paramah sneha shakuntalayah.
This is an interesting. Let us see.
Friendship of Shakuntala with her 2 friends is very great.
Just a minute. There are two. First, you tell me. I'll note down.
Friendship of Shakuntala.
Friendship
of Shakuntala.
Of Shakuntala.
With her 2.
Friendship with her. For. Sakhyoho paramasneha. Oh. Parama is adjective. Why are you putting sneha is parama? You are taking that way. Okay, let us see. Okay, what you said, let us see. Friendship of Shakuntala.
Friendship of Shakuntala. I wrote
with her 2.
With her 2 friends is very great.
With her 2 friends is very great. Shakuntala has a high friendship or a great friendship with her two friends. Shakuntala has, you can start this way. Shakuntala has, because as I told you, that has is not there in Sanskrit. To have, to possess. That's why we have to write like this. ಅದು ಇದೆ, ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಈಸ್ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಬಳಸಿ ಭವತಿ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಆಫ್ ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಶಕುಂತಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಹರ್ ಟೂ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಆರ್ ಶಕುಂತಲಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎ ಹೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್?
ವೆರಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು
great friendship with her two female friends. Shakuntala has a great friendship. Our friendship of Shakuntala with her two friends is very great. Paramaha means, does he say great or any other meaning?
Very great.
Very great. Okay. ಯಾ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೇಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ.
ಕೌಮುದ್ಯಾಹ ಶೋಭಾ ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಹರತಿ. The beauty of the moonlight captivates the mind.
Correct. The beauty of moonlight. Kaumudi. Moonlight
captivates the mind.
Here, moonlight, if you say is some compound word, it is easy to translate. Captivates the mind. Moon's light or light of the moon, you take it that way, and then chandrasya prakashaha helbitre, that is okay. The meaning comes, but here the kaumudi, the beladingalu should come. Therefore, moonlight is beladingalu. Okay. Compound word. But light of the moon means a general light. But here special we are talking the entire spreading, the beladingalu. Okay, kaumudi.
Budhanam vanyam sadaiva madhurye vartate.
You spoke wrongly. Again. Budhanam
vanyam sadaiva ಮಾಧುರ್ಯೇ ವರ್ತತೆ.
ಮಾಧುರ್ಯೇ ಏನು? ಮಾಧುರ್ಯ ಯಾವ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ, ಅದು ಏನು ಪದ ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಮಾಧುರ್ಯೇ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಮಾಧುರ್ಯೇ ಇದೆ.
ಮಾಧುರ್ಯಂ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ. ಮಾಧುರ್ಯ ಸಪ್ತಮಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತೆ? ಮಾಧುರ್ಯಂ.
There is always sweetness in the speech of wise men.
Correct. In the wise men's speech,
there is always sweetness.
This is also a part of foolishness. We always want a gentle, nice, sweet talking alone. We don't want intelligence, the right and the viveka. The idea should be clear and should not be prejudice, discrimination, confusion, lying and hiding, telling something else. If you speak nicely, sweetly, you mean he's a wise man? Or wise man speaks viveka, discriminative, thinks clearly. A clear understanding, right and clear understanding, and also speaks gently. Sometimes he may become little harsh, but the clarity and perfect understanding, clear understanding is more important than the gentleness. Gentleness is only a communicating skill, but the clarity of thinking is wisdom. Wisdom consists in clarity of understanding. A depth of understanding, clarity of understanding, right understanding. Not that he is confused, but there is this a sweet speaking alone is wisdom. But with sweet speaking, you can cheat lot. With sweet speech, you can be a confused fellow, you can be exaggerating, you can be what you call underrating, you can be hiding facts, you can telling lies, you can be fooling people, you can be cheating people, you can be doing lot of propaganda by talking sweetly. Therefore, sweet speech itself doesn't represent wisdom. That represents a diplomatic skill, a gentlemanliness. See, sweet speech is the nature of a gentleman, not of a wise man. A wise man,
Speaks with Viveka.
viveka, right understanding, right, clear understanding. Okay. Always sweetness. Why always sweetness? Means whoever speaks always sweetly, you mean is nothing? You talk to the Christian missionaries, you will understand. How sweetly they speak. How sweetly they speak.
True. They speak so sweetly. Even RSS people also speak so sweetly.
But thoughtless.
Thoughtless.
True.
They go behind with propaganda. These people are thoughtless, but both speak sweet.
See, they use the sweetness as a attractive propaganda. But they use it as an instrument to drive lot of propaganda material, to hide facts, to exaggerate something, their own religion, to look down upon others, underrate others, to give a different picture, to present a great picture of Jesus and Christianity, which is really not there. So it is a tool. It is a tool to fool people. It's a propaganda material of nice talking, sweetly talking. Now, for these people, it is a discipline value that we are nice people, to show that we are good people, nice people, gentle and respecting. We talk sweetly because that shows a respect to the person. They are using is a diplomatic sweetness, theirs is a. But here you say, by imitating them, you end up. You will become really sweet, but your really sweetness, you emphasize more sweetness rather than thinking, rather than right understanding. So both should be the right understanding and a good speech and a sweet speech. Okay.
Kantaya vachanam kriyate.
Kanda ಏನು?
Kanta.
I heard kanda.
Kantaya.
ಅಥವಾ some people say kanda, some people say in between ta and da. Kanda, ta da. It should be clear. Ta different, da different. Kantaya. ಈಗ half ಆಯಿತು.
Kanta.
Ta is not clear. Kantaya.
Kantaya.
ದಾ ಏಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಂತ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಕಾಂತಾಯಾಹ. ತಾ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್. ಕಾಂತಾಯಾಹ. ವೈ ಡು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ? ಕಾಂದಾಯಾಹ. ಕಾಂತಾಯಾಹ. ತಾ ದಾ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಂದಾಯಾಹ. ವೈ ಕಾಂತಾಯಾಹ. That is the thing.
Kantayaha vachanam kriyate ramena. The advice of the wife is followed by Rama.
Correct. Advice of his wife. This Rama is different. The same Rama to catch the Maricha, deer. Advice only. Advice of his wife is followed by Rama. Correct. Now, what you call ಅದೇನು ಹೇಳಿದರು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ಗೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವರ್ಡ್? ವಚನಂಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಏನು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡು. Advice or suggestion?
Advice, request.
Request can be there. take the request of his wife is followed by Rama. The request suits well. Because in going for deer, going to catch the deer. So the context suits well. Okay, otherwise advice means it will look somebody else. Okay, next.
ದಾಸಯೋರ್ ವಚನೇಶು
ದಾಸಯೋರ್ ಏನದು? Is it dasayo? Then?
ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ ವಚನೇಶು.
Why do you again speak lightly? Dasyo. Why again, like English you speak? ಸಂಯುಕ್ತ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು won't be understood if you speak lightly like that. ಇದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಹಾಗೆ you should not pronounce like English. Say
ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ ವಚನ.
Still light. Dasyoh. Dasyoh. Why is it lightly doing it?
ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ ವಚನೇಶು ದಾಸ್ಯೋಃ.
Dasyoh. You are speaking. Dasyoh. Why do you say?
ದಾಸ್ಯೋಃ. ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ ವಚನೇಶು ಮಹಿಷ್ಯಾ ನಿರತಿಶಯಾ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ.
Okay.
Niratishaya Shraddha. Queen has full confidence in the advices of her two maids.
Niratishaya, what did you say? What did you write? Repeat again, I forgot.
Niratishaya Shraddha.
Niratishaya ki, what did you translate? Niratishaya, Bhandarkar's word.
Niratishaya, full.
ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಿರತಿಶಯಾಕಿ?
ನಿರತಿಶಯ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್.
మరి ಅದೇ ಹೇಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಬುಷ್ ಏಕೆ? ಫುಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್
ಇನ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವೈಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರ್ ಟೂ ಮೇಡ್ ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ಸ್.
ವಚನೇಶು. ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ in the simply say the queen has full confidence in the words of
her two maid servants.
Correct. Okay.
ಮಹಿಷ್ಯಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ?
ಮಹಿಷ್ಯ ಷಷ್ಠಿ. ಮಹಿಷ್ಯ ಇದು ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ ವಚನೇಶು ಮಹಿಷ್ಯಾ ನಿರತಿಶಯ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇಂಪ್ಲೈ ದೇರ್. ಅಸ್ತಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲೈಡ್. ಅಸ್ತಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲೈಡ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ, ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಟು ಪೊಸೆಸ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಬ್ದ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಮಹಿಷ್ಯಾಹ ಶಬ್ದ. This can be translated two ways. The queen has full confidence, or there is a full confidence of the queen. Because the Shashti Vibhakti has, we don't have in English. Therefore, taking it as it is, you can do that. There is a confidence. Shashti Vibhakti is a relationship. So there is a full confidence. You have to say like that. Of the queen. Okay. In the words of her maid servant, this is one expression. Okay. Or the queen has full confidence in the words of her two maid servants is common. The queen has full confidence, or there is a full confidence of the queen. Two ways we can do it. There is a full confidence of the queen is according to Indian languages, because we have no has and has, have, possess, a word we don't have in Indian languages and Sanskrit. So English has got it. Therefore, the queen has, you can use it. Or the Indian way, you can do it as it is. So two ways you can translate it. Suppose if English word is given, English sentence, the queen has a full confidence. The queen has a, if this English sentence is given, how do you translate into Indian languages? ರಾಣಿಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಹೊರತು ರಾಣಿಗೆ ಪೊಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ?
ರಾಣಿಗೆ ಇದೆ.
ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಪದವನ್ನೇ ಬಾರೋ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಿದೆ ರಾಣಿ ಪೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಎಂದು ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನೋ. ಈ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿ ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ? ನಾನು ಮೈ ಇಸ್ಕೋ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಕರ್ತಿ ಹೂँ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ये बिलोंग करना क्या है? ನಾನು ದಿಲ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ದಿಲ್ಲಿಯವನು, ನಾನು ದಿಲ್ಲಿಯವನು, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗನು, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಂದ ಬಂದೆ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದವನು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಐ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಕರ್ತಿ ಹೂँ, ನಾನು ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು ಏನು ಭಾಷಪ್ಪ, ಈಗ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಟು ಪೊಸೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಷಷ್ಠಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಸ್ತಿ. ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ದಾಸ್ಯೋರ್ವಚನೇಶು ಮಹಿಷ್ಯ ನಿರತಿಶಯ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಅಸ್ತಿ. So the queen has a full confidence in the words of her two maid servants, or there is a full confidence of the queen in the words of this way, either this way or this way.
पाठशालानां प्रतिष्ठापनेन जनेषु ज्ञानं वर्धते. Knowledge increases among the people by the establishment of schools.
Correct. Knowledge among the people increases. The knowledge increases among the people. Patashalanam pratishthapanena. Patashala pratisthapana, this is all British system. But Patashala is one of the ways. Patashala is not the only way. Patashala was used by Britishers to do the propaganda. For our system, there were more than one ways. We have a different ways of what you say that spreading. Spreading jnanam. Vardhate means jnanam vardhate ko increases ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಾ? Improves. Knowledge improves. Vardhate is knowledge improves, not increases. Say that sentence again.
Knowledge increases among the people by the establishment of schools.
Correct.
Knowledge improves
among the people by or through, isn't it? Establishing of the schools or founding of the schools. Establishing or founding of the schools. Correct. ಇದನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಬೈ ಫೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್, ಫೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್, ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾನಾಂ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾಪನೆಯ, ಅಥವಾ ಫೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಲಿಟ್ರಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಫೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್. ಬೈ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್, ದ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅಮಂಗ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್, increases or improves. Knowledge enhances, improves. Knowledge rises, improves. Okay. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ನಿದೆ. Okay.
ರಥ್ಯಾನಾಂ ಸಮ್ಮಾರ್ಜನಂ ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಪೌರೈಃ.
All passive he is using. You see, most passive. Because we have to learn that passive usages. Say Sanskrit sentence again.
रथ्यानां सम्मार्जनं क्रियते पौरैः. Sweeping of the streets is done by citizens.
Correct. Is it anywhere done? Is it a fact? Is it done?
Like ಅಂದರೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಉತ್ಸವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪೀಪಲ್.
ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನೀವು ಜನರಲ್ ಸೆಂಟಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? then why are you defending it? Sweeping of the streets is done by the municipal workers alone, not by the people, not by the citizens. Sweeping of the streets is done by
citizens here.
its citizens. Sweeping of the streets of the city ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ.
Swamji, of the city ಇಲ್ಲ, sweeping of the streets
is done by the citizens. Okay. Either he has to use the word, therefore he just combined them. He has to use the citizen word and sweeping also, and streets also. All the three has to use, so he just used it. Okay. The meaning wise, citizens don't do. If it is dirty, do they only say wait for the municipality to come? They have to do. It's not my duty. Why should I do? In villages do. In villages people do it. Even if they do it. We don't wait for the fellows to come. We just do ourselves. In villages we do. Okay. So everybody at least in front of his house, he does it. In front of his house, on the street also we do it. You don't wait for the municipality to come and do it. If everybody does in front of their house, you can see almost half of the street, almost the street is clean. Okay, next.
Ayodhyaya Nrupo Dasharatha. Dasharatha is the king of Ayodhya.
Correct. ದಶರಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಷಷ್ಠಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ದಶರಥ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ. Or again you say the king of Ayodhya is Dasharatha. King of Ayodhya is Dasharatha. It can be taken in either way. Okay, next.
Jarayamapi manavanam Krishna na shamyati.
ಇದು ಭಜಗೋವಿಂದದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. Even in old age, the trishna of the people, the greed and the desire of the people doesn't cool down. Okay, no, let us see what you have said. Same.
Even in the old age, the greed of the people doesn't come down. It does not come down. Calm down.
Even in old age,
the greed of the people.
The greed of the people.
Does not come down.
Does not
calm down. Come down.
The greed ki.
Greed.
I don't know. English people. No, not satisfaction. It's not the question of satisfaction. Greed is becoming less. That's all. So for that, less greedy. So English people, what expression they use? Coming down, cooling down, all these things, namma expressions. Andre trishna
more greedy.
Because this is a modern culture. You have to be always ambitious. Desireless means they think that is a lifeless. They say you should be desire. You should have more and more desires, more and more desire. Even in old age, if he has got a desire, what a great man is, a lively person. People say what a lively and enthusiastic man. These are all Western culture. So this is our Indian culture. In old age, the greed should come down. You should think of more. Means Vairagya should come and think of more spirituality. But you say no, because for them the afterlife and next Janma doesn't exist. Only one Janma. Therefore enjoy as maximum. Even in old age, try to eat anything and live anything and do all sorts of nonsense. Because body alone living pleasures, one is born only for pleasures. For us, body is only for just minimum maintenance, inner joy. Therefore, we think of more spiritual joy. So, even in old age, the greed of the people does not. ಅವರೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಪದ ಏನು? ಶಾಮ್ಯತೆಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು? ಶಮಮುಪಯಾತಿ. Greed.
To be or to become calm, cool or tranquil.
Calm, cool, tranquil, all that means only mind alone. Disturbance of the mind. But the desire, greed coming down, the greed of the people, I don't know what to say. You have to refer or see. Okay, coming down tentative.
Decrease.
Something like that. ಯಾವುದೇ one word you use tentatively and we will see again.
That is our ashrama system is also.
Because we understood the life and our social life, family life, everything is designed for sake of dharma. Dharma is meant to two way. To fulfill within the reasonable limits according to dharma, because even the fulfilling should not enslave you. It should fulfill you, at the same time give you some culture. See, if you are trying to, if you are doing some work to get the fulfill the desire, the very process of fulfilling should not enslave you, should not addict you to the pleasure. It should give you partly a kind of a good culture, a refined culture. At the same time, that sadhana for acquiring and enjoying should also give you punya, so that next life also you'll be a better person. So in this life you should be able to enjoy, and also follow some discipline, values and culture, and that will give you punya for the next janma and other loka. And also you should not become further go down. This desire should not enslave you, should not addict you, and you should not become a further slave of it. So gradually you should grow out of it. So to certain degree it is permitted while following dharma, so that more try to live from the level of the heart than the level of physical pleasure. Even while enjoying the physical pleasure, add a little psychological aspect, like add certain aspect of the heart also. Like the same thing, when you earn, you give a part of it to Ishvara, part of it your friends and relatives share with them. So don't say that whatever I have earned, I alone should enjoy. Part of it you like to share with others. In the sharing, you enjoy certain love and compassion, and the sharing feeling, friendliness and love. Let the friendliness of and love also should be added to the physical pleasure, so that the physical pleasure gradually decreases and you will be sublimating it, growing at the level of the heart. Now they say only physical pleasure alone is goal of life. So that's the culture. So our social life, individual life, and then national life, all of them are based upon dharma. Dharma has got three: not to be addicted, and also fulfill the desire. The fulfilled desire should not addict you, and the desire fulfilling also should make you a better person. The very process of acquiring and enjoying should make you a cultured person, more refined person, and also should get you punya. Means a refined, cultured person you should become. Punya for paraloka, refined and culture to make you a culture person, dharmatma, and not get addicted. These three reasons. If you get addicted, you want more. Now what you want now, tomorrow you want it more than this. Day after tomorrow even more. Again after 5 days you want it more quantity, and you want to remain there alone. Now, so therefore, the acquiring and enjoying should be according to dharma. They say, why this in between dharma? We want to enjoy, that's all. Now you see, this dharma is unnecessarily interfering, curtailing our desires. Why do you want to control it? Just give full freedom, enjoy as much as you like. So this is addiction. This makes you addiction. And in the process of enjoying more and more, you become more selfish and more selfish and more a sadistic fellow also. That refinement will not come. Will not come. Because you become addicted, you become only lower level person of only physical level alone. But dharma means adding a psychological aspect to it, also not only the physical level, controlling a partly physical level and adding to the psychological satisfaction of joy, love and care, sharing with others. These things you add. Then what happens? The physical level will be less and inner mind will grow, will become purified. You'll get punya, you become purified and you won't be addicted. This is what we say, our shastras say. This is what dharma. They say, you talk of dharma, Hinduism is dharma, it is not a religion. Tell me, what is dharma? They ask. We have defining at all. Dharma is this. Dharma means, dharma has got a larger implication. Larger implication. Physical pleasure, but it doesn't allow you only physical pleasure. They say dharma means what? Giving you freedom to acquire without hurting others. See, I want to enjoy something. I'll spend my money and enjoy. As long as I don't hurt others, I have got freedom to enjoy as I like it. No. As I like it. Even in that, slightly refine your culture. From the physical level, go to the little heart level also. That means you add certain Shraddha Bhakti, add certain sharing with others, love. That's why you say in all our pleasures, a part of sharing with others, a part of what you call Annadana, Dana, Shraddha Bhakti, we include that. That means you should add a certain divine pleasure, Shraddha, joy in Shraddha, joy in love, joy in compassion, joy in sharing. That means a psychological sattvika joy also you add to it. When you add a certain degree of sattvika joy to the physical pleasure, then you will see this thing, then gradually you develop a taste for sattvika joy, a joy at the level of mind, and the physical level will gradually come down. Otherwise, if you don't go for the sattvika levels minus mind level, only physical level alone you concentrate, that is becomes a purely bhoga parayana, that is called asura. We call it asura. Asura means only physical level who lives is called asushu ramate iti asuraha. One who indulges only in physical level pleasure is called asura. Or you may say a baby, animal, or asura. These three alone indulge in that level. But you add a little psychological level, add a little bit of devata, pitrus, and friends and elderly people. That means you get a joy in this sharing with others, loving and spending this thing, dana and what you call samarpana, what you call service to Ishvara, offering to Ishvara. There also you get a joy. So you get a little sattvika joy along with physical pleasure. Then what happens? You don't get addicted. In the process, you become more cultured. And next time, the physical need will come down. The physical need, physical dependency will come down. Again come down. Again, as the days pass, more and more you start enjoying psychological level of the sattvika level, and the physical level will come down. That is a dharma, that is culture. If you don't have this thing, then they say, oh, it is our freedom, I enjoy as I like it. You'll become animal. That is asura, that is the Western culture.
That enjoyment leads to destruction of one's own.
Addiction. You spend money, you get addicted. Today you eat this much and tomorrow more, because the need for it, dependency, psychological dependency becomes more. Tomorrow again, day, third, fourth day, fifth day, after a few days you'll become totally addicted. And there is no culture also, sharing, loving and respect, Shraddha Bhakti is not there. I earn and I enjoy. If enjoying is not the only goal, and another thing is, the physical enjoyment can never satisfy anybody. It makes you addicted, makes you dependent psychologically. So psychological level, mind is not growing and refining. The refinement is sattvikata. Refine is not a modern refinement. Modern refinement is sophisticated asuratvam. More sophisticated murders, sophisticated enslavement, sophisticated. You talk more sophisticated, but the same asuratvam. We don't mean that refinement. We mean refinement is an English word. So in Indian meaning of refinement is more a sattvika, a culture, a detachment, an inner heart joy of the heart, than the pleasure of the physical level. It is pleasure. Heart level, it is a joy. See, joy is of little more sattvika. Physical level is pleasure. So the pleasure should be replaced by the joy of the heart. That's why this is dharma. If this you don't include it, dharma is a way of life, and the idiotic RSS, the fellows, animals alone, what can they understand dharma? They themselves live like animals. So that's not real. RSS, one character is they don't learn, they don't need to learn. They only have to teach others. Bharati is a guru, Jagat Vishwa Guru, therefore teach others. How? Without learning. Without learning. Now, in all RSS, is there any Bhagavad Gita, Shastras, any Adhyayana, or at least weekly once call some ashrama? Is there Swamiji? Is there? I'm here alone. Do they at least call me once a week and then teach them? At least to the teachers and also participants? No, no teacher, no guru, no Swamiji, no Adhyatmika guru should come here. That is RSS, that is Hinduism. We are protecting, we are saving. That is that all Shastras are set aside. Okay. We can be influenced by Islam and Christianity, but not Shastra. Okay. More talk of them, more we become fools. Why should we talk of them? Anyway, they are fools. Leave them.
One more sentence.
Okay. Oh, no.
One sentence.
You should have told it. Okay. Say.
Devatanam pujaya kamaha phalanti naranam. The desires of men are fulfilled by the worship of deities.
Phalanti are fulfilled. See, phalanti is active, but in English we are translating it as a passive because the language has its own. They fructify, you can say. Are fulfilled or fructify. The desires of men fructify are fulfilled. Are fulfilled
By the worship of deities.
or bear fruits. By the worship of
Deities.
ದೇವತಾಸ್ ಡೇಟೀಸ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಡೇಟೀಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇವತಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಡೇಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿಕ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್.
ಡೇಟೀಸ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಡೇಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬರೀ ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ.
That English word doesn't convey Indian idea. See, deities means they say small devatas, not Ishvara they say. But we call devatas means all are devatas. We don't distinguish them that way. Okay. By a worship of devatas. That's why I told devatas ka devata alone. When I told you, note down there. So that you can, while translating, you use that. Don't use the deities at all. Say devatas. Okay. Over. Okay. English will check tomorrow. 8:25.